BFN pre-show. We're the only Bible fight network that gets you close to the fighting action.
That's true, and today's contenders are Elijah and King Ahaziah.
Our contenders are getting ready now.
There's Elijah praying.
He spends a lot of time doing that. I think that's actually most of what... Nope, I'm being told that's all he does.
Oh, that's a very interesting tactic.
Let's turn our attention to King Azuzu. Oh, it appears he's warming up by... looks like napping.
Actually, Jim, I'm told he's dying.
Oh.
Now, there's always a story behind each fight. A long rivalry, a stolen bouncy ball. But, this fight is no different.
Some time ago, the king fell out of his window and was put to bed rest immediately. Fearing that he was dying, he went to his top man and asked him to go see Beelzebub and to see if he would live.
You see, Beelzebub was the king of Ekron, and the king thought he could see the future.
But here's where the true story gets a little more interesting here.
Oh, really?
Yes, Elijah met them, our Elijah. See, he told them to tell the king that he would die in his bed because he went to foreign gods instead of God.
Wow, Jim, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
So that brings us to today's fight. The king is obviously not happy and wants to talk with Elijah.
Ho, ho, ho. Jim, the fight is starting. Let's go to the ring with our field correspondent, Mitch.
Thanks, Jim and Jim. Yes, the king has sent a captain with 50 men to take on Elijah. And yet Elijah seems unfazed. That is one strange dude. It looks like, yes, they're walking. Let's listen in.
Man of God, the king says to come down.
If I am a man of God, may fire come down from heaven, may it burn you and all your men out.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. Fire just burned and consumed all 51 of them. The king has sent another 50 men to their doom.
Man of God, come down at once!
If I am a man of God, may fire come down from heaven, may it burn you and all your 50 men up.
Surprisingly, it happened again. All of the men have been burned and consumed by flames. It's round 3, and the king is sending up another captain with 50 men. These guys have learned nothing.
Man of God, please have respect for my life. Please have respect for the lives of these 50 men. Fire has come down from heaven and burned the other 2 captains and their 50 men. Please have respect for my life.
Go down with him, and don't be afraid of him.
He's just going. No fight. Elijah is going down with the king's captain. This is rather anticlimactic. I'm sorry, Jim, but this looks to be the end of an otherwise exciting fight.
Well, thanks, Mitch. A peaceful conclusion to a situation with so much death. If only the first 2 captains had been a little more kind, less demanding, more respectful.
That is very true. A lot could have changed. Well, that's it today for our riveting action-packed life lesson. Hold on, my teleprompter's not working here. Life lesson-filled fight. Join us next time on BFN for more close-up action.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Jim.
And have a good night.
Good morning, America.
The entire story you just watched was based off of 2 Kings chapter 1 verses 1 to 12. Right after that, in 16 to 18, there's a little blurb where when Elijah goes down to talk to the king. That wasn't included in the video. But what happens is Elijah essentially tells him, you messed up, and God's going to punish you for it. So I think there's a lot we can learn from this whole lesson. in addition to the third captain totally changing his view and everything and approaching Elijah with respect and calmness and essentially begging for his life. But in contrast, the other guys who were just demanding. And it worked out a lot better for him. So just the idea of taking some time to be respectful to those we are talking to, even if we are trying to get them to do something for us, or we're under orders by someone else or something like that. The other thing that we can take from this is just listening to God and going to Him first, because obviously the king had some pretty bad side effects, as in like dying, because he didn't go to God first. And while I don't think that we have to fear the same consequences today, there are still some consequences of not listening to God, and that's usually just the result of our own actions. If we choose other than God, then we have to live with the responsibility of whatever those actions end up happening. So I hope this story makes sense, and I hope that it is explained well. If not, please ask me some questions in the comments. This video was made for my Sunday school class because they had questions, but it's also open for anybody else who has questions, because questions are good, and questions are fun, and questions are questions, and question everyone. Special thanks to everyone who helped out with this. I couldn't have done it without you. Me acting out all those parts wouldn't have worked very well. And also, to my Sunday school class, you're pretty awesome. So keep being awesome and doing awesome stuff. And keep asking questions, because questions are good. Questions are fun. Question everyone.